Hello and welcome to the second video of Enneagram Basics. We'll start with a salute to Gurdjieff, who brought this information to us so that we can have better lives and understand more about ourselves and the world in which we live. My name is Alexandru Eugen Cristea from the Magisteria Publishing House. I have authored and published and edited many books on the Gurdjieff teaching. Here you can see some of my Enneagram books, and here also you can see some of the books on the Enneagram subject written by Adrian Mirel Petrariu. In what we will do today is we will have a practical example. So we will use the theory from the last time, so please check the video from last time. And we will see an example with a lot more detail than the example in the previous video. So in this video we'll see details about the circle, that means the temporal stages, and the hexade, that will be the inner connections between the different stages of the process, and the triangle with the external shocks. This is a classical example from the works of Bennett, and it concerns the functioning of a kitchen. Historically speaking, this is also one of the first examples of using the Enneagram in order to illustrate a living process. When Gurdjieff presented the Enneagram for the first time, he only showed it in respect to two processes, to an ascending octave, the food diagram, and a descending octave, the ray of creation. In this case today, we will show only the first level of depth of the Enneagram. That means we will only talk about the main octave, and we will not talk about the secondary and the third octave. We'll leave that for a future video. So as you can see, we have the Enneagram of a kitchen at work, and here we have the general stages of the process. And now we need to see the connections between the circle, the hexade, and the triangle. On the circle, we have the linear sequential time. That is how things appear to unfold. On the hexade, we have the hidden correspondences, the simultaneous dimension of time, which is the relationship between different stages of the process. On the triangle, we have the three forces in the circular dimension of time, from which all the other stages begin. Bennett brilliantly remarks that the six-pointed figure in the middle, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, represents what goes on in the mental vision of the cook, the responsible for the kitchen. It is the cook's mind that travels along the lines 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, while the food itself travels 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the kitchen passes through the stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now let's see the details for each and every one of these. So we have the circle, and at point 0 is the fact that the kitchen is properly equipped in advance. So we have all the tools, we have everything necessary there, and then we have point 1, which is preparing the place, cleaning up the kitchen. All the tools are put in order and everything is clean. At point number 2, deciding the menu and order of dishes and allocate tasks for each one. Point number 3, bringing in the food from the shop or from the garden, etc. Point number 4, preparing the food by washing it, throwing away the useless parts, cutting it into pieces, etc. Point number 5, cooking the food by using water, fire, etc., which have an impact on the structure of the food. Point number 6, calling the people who will eat the food, the clients in the restaurant, in the house, etc. Point number 7, serving up the meal, displaying it on the plate. etc. Point number 8, eating the food. Each person decides what to eat first and begins to have an impact on the structure of the prepared food. Point number 9, going away into life and digesting the food. Then we have the triangle. So the triangle has to do with shocks, usually coming from outside, sometimes from inside, but from different parts of the octave. So at point 0, we have the fact that the kitchen is equipped in advance and all the tools come from the outside, from a shop or from a factory. At point number 3, we have the raw food, which is also brought from outside. Its origin is not in the kitchen itself, so from the shop, from the market, etc. At point number 6, we have the people who will eat the food, people who also come from outside. They are not the cook or the helpers. At point number 9, the food is being digested someplace else, not in the kitchen. It may be digested in the restaurant if the people will spend that much time there, but usually the people will leave and the food will be digested in their homes or in a different place than the kitchen. After that, we have the hexade. Cleaning and putting things in order in the kitchen at point 1 has an impact on both the cleaning and the ordering of the raw food at point 4. This is the line from 1 to 4, the inner correspondence, and also has an impact on ordering the cooked food and placing it on display on the point 7. So this is the line from 1 to 7. Deciding the menu at point number 2 has to do with what is available to prepare and what people would like to eat at point 8 in order to be realistic. Cooking the food at point 5 will have an impact on how the food will be served and how it will be eaten. If we are making a soup, we will serve it in bowls or soup plates and eat it with spoons. After the meal is served at point number 7, the staff will begin to clean the tools, the utensils, and put everything in order, which is the line from 7 to 1. Let's now see the whole Enneagram again and study some general considerations. The lines from 1 to 2, 4 to 5, 7 to 8 are transformations, but each one is of a different kind and in another level of reality. Point number 9 is the beginning of another Enneagram. The food is inside the body and digestion will take place. The points 0, 3 and 6 are interventions from outside of the kitchen. These roles will still be the same even if it will be the same person, like a mother in a family who will buy the utensils, bring the food from the market, and eat a part of the food along with the other members of the family. The right side of the Enneagram, points from 1 to 4, is about exterior actions, about raw, while the left side of the Enneagram, points 5 to 8, is about actions which affect the interior, the cooked. As Bennett remarks, the chief cook must see the process as a whole. His role is not to follow each part of the process of cooking from start to finish. On the contrary, he must be able to see the end before the beginning. This timeless role is of central importance for understanding any cosmic process, and one of the powers of the Enneagram is to enable us to see it clearly. Of course, this example, as mentioned at the beginning of the video, only presents the first level of depth, that is the main octave on the circle. So we didn't speak about the second octave, the preparing of the food, which starts at point number 3, and on the third octave, having to do with the community and with serving and eating the meal, which starts at point 6. We'll leave this for another video. For more details about the Gurdjieff teaching, you can visit gurdjieffonline.com. There you will see our bookshop with all the books that we have published up until now, which you can find on Amazon, so there you will find the links, and also a link to a training program with basic information, exercises and movements explained step by step. Or you can visit the gurdjieffmovements.com, where you will find different modules of difficulty with movements, dances and exercises explained in step-by-step videos. All my best.